There's a $1 liquid sitting in every pharmacy in America that removes black pet stains from hardwood floors. Not fades them, removes them completely. The same stain that flooring companies say requires $2,000 to $5,000 in sanding and refinishing. The same stain they swear means your boards need full replacement, gone in one overnight application. No sanding, no refinishing, no contractor. 94 million American households own at least one pet. Over 68 million of those households have a dog. And the hardwood flooring industry generates over $8 billion a year in economic output in this country alone. A $1 fix that eliminates their most profitable repair call cannot be advertised. And what cannot be advertised does not exist in Google search results. This is the truth about pet stains on hardwood that the flooring industry prays you never discover. Welcome to Forbidden Home Science. If this kind of buried knowledge matters to you, subscribe and hit the bell. This is where we crack open the vaults that billion-dollar industries welded shut. Here is what happens inside your hardwood floor when your dog or cat has an accident. Pet urine contains uric acid, creatinine, and concentrated salts. The moment that liquid touches your hardwood, and we are talking minutes, not hours, the uric acid begins penetrating the wood grain. Once inside the fiber, it triggers a chemical reaction with the natural tannins in the wood. Tannins are the organic compounds that give oak, walnut, and cherry their rich color. When uric acid meets tannins, it causes accelerated oxidation, the same process that slowly darkens wood exposed to sunlight but compressed into days instead of years. That is why the stain starts light brown and progressively turns darker over the following weeks. By the time most homeowners notice the discoloration, the oxidation has reached deep into the wood cell structure. And here is the critical part that cleaning product companies will never print on their labels. This oxidation is not surface dirt. It is a chemical alteration happening inside the wood fiber itself. No amount of scrubbing, mopping, or surface cleaning can reverse a chemical reaction that exists below the surface. Murphy oil soap is an oil-based surfactant designed to lift surface grime. It cannot penetrate oxidized wood cells. White vinegar is acetic acid, and pet stains are already caused by acid. So adding more acid can actually deepen the discoloration. Bona and Swiffer are engineered for surface film removal, not subsurface chemical reversal. And chlorine bleach, while it does penetrate, destroys the natural wood pigment entirely, leaving bleached white patches, worse than the original stain. Every single mainstream cleaning product fails on pet stains for the same reason. They are designed for surface contamination on a problem that lives inside the wood. The flooring industry knows this. They have known it for decades. In 1818, a French chemist named Louis Jacquinart first synthesized hydrogen peroxide in his Paris laboratory. He was trying to understand how oxygen interacts with organic compounds. What he discovered was a molecule that could reverse discoloration in plant fibers without destroying them. He published his findings, and within decades, European textile factories began using diluted peroxide to restore stained fabrics. 100 years later, in 1918, a chemist named Richard Willstatter received the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his work on plant pigments and oxidation reactions. His research proved that hydrogen peroxide could selectively reverse tannin oxidation without destroying the underlying organic structure. This was not fringe science. This was Nobel Prize-winning chemistry, published over a century ago. By the 1940s, hospitals across America were using hydrogen peroxide to remove bloodstains from surgical linens and cotton drapes. The same oxidation reversal principle that works on blood works on uric acid staining. Woodworkers and antique restorers have used peroxide to lighten and restore darkened furniture since the early 20th century. The United States Military Field Manual for Base Maintenance includes peroxide as a standard treatment for organic staining on wooden structures and flooring. Furniture restorers in London and Paris have been using peroxide on oak and walnut for over 150 years. The science is not new, not disputed, not controversial. The science is simply not profitable for the people who charge you $3,000 to sand and refinish your floors. Now, before I go further, everything I am sharing in this video, every study, every technique, every dollar amount I have compiled into one resource. The complete Forbidden Home Science, the Hardwood Rescue Protocol with step-by-step peroxide treatment for every stain severity level. The Forbidden Firecraft Manual with techniques the outdoor industry classified as dangerous. The complete off-grid blueprint for full household independence. The 72-hour blackout checklist that emergency agencies use but never publicize. The Lost Rations Cookbook with preservation methods that work without refrigeration or electricity. And the Home Defense Repair Guide covering the fixes that contractors overcharge by thousands of dollars, more than 12 guides in one place. No fluff, no filler, straight to the protocols they do not want you to have. The link is in the description, but stay right here because the video is just getting started. So, what is this $1 liquid hydrogen peroxide? The 3% solution you can buy at any Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, or Dollar Tree in America. It costs between 88 cents and $1.50 for a 32-ounce bottle. Here's exactly why it works on what nothing else can touch. Hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. That extra oxygen atom is the key. When peroxide contacts the oxidized tannin compounds inside the wood, that extra oxygen atom breaks apart the dark molecular chains. It literally disassembles the chemical structure that causes the black discoloration. The dark compounds convert into colorless compounds. It is not bleaching in the way chlorine bleaches. It is selectively reversing the specific oxidation reaction caused by uric acid on tannins, the same mechanism that earned a Nobel Prize in 1918, the same mechanism that hospitals, the military, and antique restorers have used for over a century, available at every pharmacy in this country for less than $1. And the hardwood flooring industry has built a multi-billion-dollar repair economy, pretending this molecule does not exist. Let me give you the numbers that should make you angry. The average cost to refinish a single room of hardwood flooring in the United States is between $1,000 and $3,500. That is, according to Angie, Home Advisor, and every major home services estimator in the country. The cost per square foot ranges from $3 to $8, and labor makes up 80% of that price. Typical 200 FT bedroom costs between $800 and $1,600 just for sanding and refinishing. A full house with 1,000 FT of hardwood can cost $3,000 to $8,000. And when the contractor sees a black pet stain, the estimate goes higher because pet damage is the golden ticket of the refinishing industry. The stain looks terrifying. The homeowner is emotional and the solution sounds complicated, and nobody, not the contractor, not the manufacturer, not the cleaning product company, mentions that a $1 bottle of hydrogen peroxide could solve the problem overnight. If you have made it this far, you already know more about hardwood floor chemistry than 99% of homeowners in this country. Subscribe and share this with anyone who owns a pet and a hardwood floor, because what they made us forget could save them thousands. Everything the industry buried is in the complete vault. Link in the description. Now stay with me because the next vault is the heaviest one. So why does nobody tell you about hydrogen peroxide for pet stains? Why does every Google search lead you to the same answer? Sand, refinish, replace, follow the money. The floor covering industry in the United States reached nearly $44 billion in wholesale revenue in 2024 alone. The broader flooring market, including installation and services, exceeds $45 billion annually. Refinishing hardwood floors is one of the highest margin services in home improvement. Contractors charge $3 to $8 per square foot, and 80% of that cost is pure labor. The equipment costs are minimal, the materials are cheap, the markup is enormous. Now, imagine you are running a refinishing company and a homeowner calls about black pet stains on their living room floor. You could tell them to buy a $1 bottle of hydrogen peroxide at Walmart, soak a white cloth, lay it on the stain overnight, and check it in the morning. Or you could tell them the floor needs full sanding and refinishing at $2,000 to $5,000. Which answer keeps your business running? That is not conspiracy. That is basic economics. But it gets worse. The major hardwood manufacturers, Shaw Industries, Mohawk Industries, Bruce, and Armstrong produce flooring that is fundamentally vulnerable to pet urine damage. They know that 71% of American households now own a pet. According to the American Pet Products Association 2025 survey, they know accidents will happen on every hardwood floor in a home with a dog or cat. They could engineer more resistant finishes using aluminum oxide coatings with extra protective layers. The technology already exists for commercial applications, but they do not apply it to residential hardwood because pet damage drives the replacement cycle. A stained floor is a floor the homeowner wants to replace. A replaced floor is a new sale. 68 million households with dogs, 49 million with cats, and every single accident is a potential revenue event for the flooring industry. You cannot patent hydrogen peroxide. You cannot put a subscription model on a $1 pharmacy bottle. You cannot build recurring revenue on a molecule that solves the problem permanently in one application. And what cannot generate recurring revenue cannot be allowed to become common knowledge. Then there is the pet stain product industry itself. Nature's Miracle, Rocco and Roxy, Angry Orange. These brands sell pet stain removers for $10 to $20 per bottle. But here's what the fine print does not tell you. These products contain enzymes designed to break down proteins and neutralize odors and carpet fibers. They are formulated for carpet, not hardwood. Enzymes that digest proteins cannot reverse tan and oxidation in wood. Different problem, different chemistry, wrong product. Millions of pet owners buy these cleaners, apply them to their hardwood floors, watch nothing happen, and conclude that the stain is permanent. The stain is not permanent. The product was just designed for an entirely different material. And nobody corrects the mistake, because the next step in the consumer journey is calling a refinishing company. Now, here is exactly what to do. For light to moderate stains, the ones that look brown but have not turned fully black, use the standard 3% hydrogen peroxide from any pharmacy. Saturate a clean white cloth with the peroxide and lay it directly over the stain. Cover the cloth with plastic wrap to prevent evaporation so the peroxide stays in contact with the wood. Leave it for 8 to 12 hours. Overnight is ideal. In the morning, remove the cloth and inspect the stain. Light to moderate stains will have faded dramatically or disappeared completely after one application. For older stains or particularly stubborn discoloration, repeat the process a second or third time. For heavy stains, the deep black ones that have been there for months or years, use 12% hydrogen peroxide, which is food-grade concentration. It is available on Amazon for $10 to $15 per gallon. And 1 gallon treats dozens of stains. Same procedure, but wear rubber gloves because 12% peroxide will irritate exposed skin. The results come faster and go deeper with the stronger concentration. After the stain is removed, inspect the wood finish. If the polyurethane or varnish coating was damaged by the urine itself, not by the peroxide, apply a thin coat of matching polyurethane over just the treated area. A small can costs $5 to $8 at Home Depot or Lowe's. If the finish is intact, simply clean the area with a damp cloth and let it dry. Total cost of the complete treatment, $1 to $8 depending on stain severity versus $2,000 to $5,000 for professional refinishing. Now, I need to be honest with you because credibility matters more than hype. Hydrogen peroxide can lighten the natural color of the wood if you leave it on for too long. Do not exceed 12 hours per application and check the progress every 4 to 6 hours. If the stain is gone but the wood looks lighter than the surrounding area, apply a matching wood stain or tint for $5 to $8 at any hardware store to blend the color. This method does not work on stains that have penetrated through the hardwood board into the subfloor below. If your pet had repeated accidents in the exact same spot for months, the urine may have soaked through to the plywood underlayment. In those cases, the stain can reappear from below even after surface treatment, and the board may genuinely need replacement. Do not use this method on unsealed hardwood floors, meaning floors without any polyurethane or varnish coating. Bare wood absorbs peroxide unevenly and can develop blotchy discoloration. Always test on a hidden area first, inside a closet or under a piece of furniture to confirm that the peroxide does not react negatively with your specific floor finish. And never mix hydrogen peroxide with vinegar. That combination creates parasitic acid, which is corrosive to wood and dangerous to inhale. Those are real limitations, and I want you to know them before you start. But for the vast majority of pet stains on sealed hardwood floors, this $1 treatment works. And the flooring industry has spent decades making sure you never hear that sentence. Here's what you need to remember. Your floor is not destroyed. Your dog did not ruin your house. That black stain that looks permanent is a reversible chemical reaction, and the molecule that reverses it has been known to science for over 200 years. The flooring industry generates billions of dollars every year, and a meaningful percentage of that revenue comes from homeowners who believe pet damage is irreversible. It is not irreversible. It never was. The difference between throwing away $3,000 and solving the problem for $1 is information, and now you have it. If this video saved you money, if it changed how you look at what the industry tells you, subscribe and share it. Every subscription keeps this vault open. Every share puts this knowledge in the hands of someone who's about to spend thousands on a problem that costs less than a cup of coffee to fix. The next vault opens soon, and what the industry had this time is even heavier. This is Daniel Voss, and the vault never closes.